Yo guys, what is good and welcome back on the channel. Now for today's video, I'm not reviewing a sample pack or production suite, but I got the Evermotion VST from Macshooter/Wavescrate, which is a sample brand, and I'm going to talk about the pricing, give you a little overview of the plugin, and then we're going to make 2 beats with it in order to show you exactly what this thing can do. And in the end, I'm going to give you my personal opinion on plugin and whether or not you should buy it or not. So I hope you guys like the format, and now let's get straight into it. Alright, so this is the website called Wavescrate, where you can get the Evermotion one-shot enhancer, as they call it. Basically what this Evermotion plugin does is it emulates these effect pedals or guitar pedals that create this pitching sound effect, and yeah, it costs $60. I think there is a small discount code that you can apply if you want to get like $5 off or something. I'm gonna put it on the screen right now. So this is what the plugin looks like if you open it up. We have the settings button up here where we can change the size of the plugin. So I like to change it to 150 so it's a little bigger on my screen. And then we have this main page, and we have this advanced page, and we can also flick through a few presets right here. And basically the way this works is you put a one-shot into this one-shot field up here, and from there you can manipulate this one-shot. But because you put a sound into this, it means that you can actually play this on the piano. So, and we also play chords on this. And then from there, I'm not exactly sure how this works 100%. From what I figured out, we have these 2 sequences that decide how the whole thing is going to be pitched. If I hold a note, you can see that the plugin is running through these steps. Maybe we find a different plugin that's a little bit more extreme to demonstrate that properly. So you can see how the plugin or how the delay is basically even pitched up and down. So we have these 2 sequence modules. And then we also have this delay module, and that's basically what makes, the sound. And on the main page we have the same layout, just, with less control. So we have sequence A, sequence B, and then the delay down here. Still not 100% sure how this exactly works and what it exactly does. And that's also my first critique point, even though the plugin looks fire so far. Figuring this stuff out as you go is not as easy as with some, other plugins. Having an actual user manual would be really helpful in this. But anyways, I'm gonna jump through a few of the presets, and then we're gonna go in and start our beat. So let's go. That stuff sounds pretty dope. It's really meant for that, pedal sound, synth sound that you usually only can get with these analog pedals that are super expensive. And the cool thing that I forgot to mention is that you can also drag and drop your own one-shots into this. So if we just go to my nostril sample pack, and I don't know, select a random piano note. We can also modify this, we can reverse this. I want to make this shorter. Can we do this as well? Adjust the endpoint? Yeah, like this. And then activate the first sequence. Make it a little faster. Now just create some really crazy sounds. Let's load up a new instance of Evermotion and start our beat. Maybe we can add some reverb to this. I think the reverb intensity would sound pretty fire. Just take away some of the highs. And now we gotta get into the vibe with trap beats, so now for the hookup, I'm not gonna limit myself to only using Evermotion, because I think this is more meant to be an accent kind of VST that goes in this really specific direction with the pedal sound. That it's not meant to be used as on its own, as I'm doing it right now, where I just layer Evermotion plugins together. You can do this of course, but it's not how it's meant to be. It's more meant to create these crazy accents, synth accents, or synth sounds, pedal sounds that you usually can't create with any other VST. Now just for halftime to the B part of this accent sound, I want to freeze it as audio. Maybe we can add like a plucked bass to this. And now I just want some kind of, ambience to fill up this space in this melody. So the KV Melody Mastery Kit had some dope ambiences, I think, like soundscapes. Alright, so I think that's the formation for melody done. I'm not too sure if you should keep the sub bass in. I just muted it because I found it to sound like a little bit distracting from the rest of the melody. And now I'd say it's time to add drums. So I haven't used the Zammer Stash drum kit in a while, but it got some crazy drums, so I'm just gonna go through that. This 808 slide right here sounds crazy. Not too satisfied with the main sound of like the main snare, so I'm gonna switch this out for another sound. And then it's time to add in a hi-hat. Something like this as a kick drum. Now make a good kick pattern. Now let's arrange this beat out a little bit. And then right here we have to, just do something a little different, like a different top line or something. Just keep the same drums, but change up the melody a little bit. Maybe we add this as a perk to the drums in this part. Maybe for the outro we use the sub bass, actually, that would be genius. Yeah, and then we automate the filter frequency, because if I play the sub bass, it sounds quite distorted, but if I take down this filter, it just modulates the sound, and this is what, makes all these like crazy, like Mike Dean type leads and basses really come to life, just automating the filter. And that's what Mike Dean does on his hardware actually. But like this, by using this filter button down here, we can also filter out some of these highs on our one shots, and that makes for a pretty cool result, I think. Alright, so I think that's the first beat already done. Pretty basic, but still pretty neat. And I would say let's jump straight into the next one. Let's go. So for this one, I want to use one of my own starters, or like melody layers. And I collected a bunch of these, sounds that I make in my own melodies, and just export them out, so you have like crazy amounts of sounds like starters in here. And then also I did a second folder that just contains phrases like top lines and stuff out of the melodies. So if you're interested to get these sounds, drop me a comment, and I might put this out as like a free kit, just so everybody can, use these starters to make their own melodies and stuff. Alright, this Radio 1 sounds super dope, and it's super fast, but I think it could sound crazy with the Evermotion VST as well. Maybe we can add some cool accent sound to this. And now we want to add like a sub bass to this. I want to, put them onto legato so they all exactly the same long. And then I'm going to adjust the endpoint so none of the notes will like go into each other perfectly. Because of this, it sounds like a real person is playing it. Because when I'm hitting the notes on the keyboard, I'm not, playing them perfectly in time, but I'd rather have a short pause between the notes. So quantizing the notes, but also making them realistic. Maybe we also make this like a little bit slower, like maybe 170. And we can also apply the same effect that is already on the pad right here, like this ducking effect, to the Evermotion VST. Damn, this sounds good. I still think we need like 1 or 2 more elements. Maybe just try to find another good preset inside Evermotion that we can use. The only thing with this Evermotion plugin and the presets that are provided is that all of them sound like crazy on their own, but because a lot of them are super complex, have a lot of, delay, a lot of like these crazy ramps and stuff, are not the best to layer on top of, existing audio. So I tend to look for like simpler presets like this one. And now let's adjust the delay a little bit so it's just quieter. And make the whole layer a little bit quieter. That's a pretty dope top layer. But you can still hear how the delay is, ringing on, and that's just something that has to do with how this whole thing works. So I'm gonna freeze this as audio as well. And just, so you can see the waveform, so you can just see a little bit better how everything fits together. Now I'd say it's time to move on to the drums. So again, I want to make some super hard hitting trap kind of vibe for this. And then this 808 would fit. Alright, now let's add a kick to this. Maybe we can also add like a crazy snare roll at the end. And now fill the space up with like an open hat. Super simple, just, on the one. Alright, now let's arrange this out a little bit before we start adding more elements. And then bring in the bass right here. And then right here, we're gonna make like a little like break. And I think that's it. So before I play the final beat, here are my final thoughts on the Evermotion VST. And I think it's a great VST if you're looking for these, analog pedal kind of emulation sounds. And I think what really makes this stand apart from different plugins is that you actually put your own one-shots into it, so you can play these pedal phrases with like chords and stuff, which is a super nice feature. There's some small bugs with this thing, so I had Ableton crashing like one time when I used this, and I contacted Macshooter about this, and he said that he's gonna have like a fixed and updated version with hopefully no bugs ready within like a few weeks from this video. So besides that, there is the downsides of the presets being really like overwhelming, which I just described when I made the beat, and just there is so much crazy shit going on inside most of the presets. There's some there where there's less going on, but most of them are so crazy that it's really hard to just play it as an instrument, but you rather have to play something in than record it, like sample it to audio and chop it up and tweak a little bit. Also, there's no reverb or no other effects than the delay that is built into the plugin already, and this makes it not sound as great as other plugins that already have this stuff built in. Besides that, really dope plugin. I've never seen a plugin do this kind of stuff. Now with that being said, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Here's the final beat.